Tokyo dedicated server provider with managed services, by TheServerHost. Tokyo, Japan is the most populous city in Japan and is divided into 23 wards. Tokyo is the country's busiest metropolis and is a very interesting place to visit. From busy city streets to beautiful natural scenery, Tokyo offers something for everyone to see and do. A Tokyo dedicated server, also known as managed dedicated server, dedicated hosting, or dedicated private server hosting, is a kind of internet hosting wherein the customer leases an entire server instead of sharing it with others. Dedicated servers are most ideal for businesses that need to have a high-quality internet connection and can afford high costs. They offer great value for money and allow customers to ensure that they have complete control over their system and data. The term dedicated server hardware refers to dedicated server hardware which is used exclusively by the company for the purpose of storing, processing, controlling, and monitoring all its clients' website data. TheServerHost Tokyo dedicated servers can be installed with software that is specific to each customer. This software may include applications, operating systems, database management systems, web programming languages, configuration management systems, security systems, email delivery systems, web server software, and web application software. Some of these applications are necessary only for some dedicated server hardware products while some are necessary for all of them. Since there is no sharing of resources with other websites, there is no risk of users sending confidential or personal information or damaging their computers. With the high traffic and the large volume of data sent and received daily, dedicated servers offer the most reliable hosting solution. Tokyo dedicated server is also useful for highly specialized internet sites such as those dealing with highly confidential information, financial transactions, or military affairs. Dedicated server features. Root/administrative access. Root access allows users to install third-party software applications and use these apps without having to modify their own system files. The root access allows the users to modify various system files and perform various operations. Low latency. Latency is a measure of the round-trip time delay between a client sending a request to a server, and the server responding with a corresponding response. With low latency, your web pages, sessions and applications will load and response very fast. High availability and uptime. Dedicated servers offer excellent and high uptime to your website. Your website is hosted entirely on its own server, which means that no one else can access it or have any effect on it in any way. As a matter of fact, you will have all the control you need over the server, including choosing your software and configuration. In order to protect your website from all attacks and maintain a high uptime, you should definitely go for a dedicated server. Scalability. Scalable hardware is hardware that can be easily upgraded, which is one of the advantages of using dedicated servers. With the popularity of cloud or SaaS-based computing, more organizations are looking for scalable hardware options that can be easily added to their data centers and hosted in the cloud. Scalable hardware is the ideal option for any type of business, because the hardware is expandable, which helps you to increase the server's capacity at any time, thus increasing your capacity. What exactly is a dedicated IP address? Well, the primary difference between dedicated and shared IP addresses is very simple. A shared IP address is simply a single, unique address that is used by multiple clients on one web server. However, Tokyo dedicated server provide dedicated unique IP address to the client. TheServerHost Tokyo dedicated server managed services list. DDoS protection. Protect your business with dedicated server services. DDoS protection shields your online enterprise from crippling DDoS attack at absolutely no additional charge. Here are multiple reasons for getting dedicated servers, but one important reason is that dedicated servers are protected from all types of malicious attacks. So, if you are a gamer, you do not have to be anxious about getting hacked because dedicated servers are designed to protect you from such attacks and help you in increasing the traffic processing and game performance. Secure data center. A data center is a facility which centralizes an organization's various IT operations and devices for the purpose of processing, storing, distributing and disseminating information and programs to the end users. More companies are finding it necessary to have their own data center as it proves to be extremely advantageous in terms of functionality, security, scalability and maintenance. There are some advantages that companies find it important to have data centers, such as the reduction in labor costs and operating expenditure, reduction in the energy consumption of the premises, a reduction in the carbon footprint of the building, and the increase in the reliability of the information and programs stored. The centralized data center is known as the heart of a distributed system. This heart provides users with a rich and robust platform to work upon by supporting the development tools, application services, database management and business intelligence. Technical support, as defined in Wikipedia, technical support refers to the delivery of technical assistance from an external source in response to requests made of that source by a user or customer. This definition certainly seems to cover the most common practice among the major computer support vendors. TheServerHost Tokyo dedicated server provider provides 24/7 customer support for any downtime, installation issue, configuration issues, etc. Flexible packages. Tokyo dedicated server hosting do provide flexible hosting packages to adapt to any specific client's requirement and budgets. Cheap cost. Dedicated servers are a type of hosting option wherein a customer pays for the entire server and does not share with any other clients. If you are looking to avail the TheServerHost Tokyo dedicated server hosting plan, you will be glad to know that you can get it at a very cheap cost. Restore server failure. It may be inevitable that at some point in your business life, you will need to know how to restore a server failure. Whether it's a problem with the network or it is an issue with a specific file or folder, there is going to come a point when it may be the best thing for you to pull the plug on your system and take a fresh start. Fortunately, there are several steps that you can take to deal with server failure. When you fail over your server, there is software that will automatically detect and locate the files and folders that need to be moved so that they can be restored. Various reasons could be a damaged flash drive, a fried circuit board, or even an overheating solder connection. Tokyo dedicated server is equipped to handle any of this scenario. Data center at and IP based at Japan, Akita, Tokyo, Sendai, Sapporo, Nagano. For more info visit TheServerHost.